Grand setting, chosen divine beings, and Karmicville. It's your girl Angie, capital G, because that's the God in me. I've just been browsing about, keeping up with the current of the times, and I'm seeing a lot of repetition from histories past. Two particular histories would involve American slavery of my ancestors, and also, thinking about the Holocaust and the mustache man that used to reign Germany. And I'm seeing a lot of people and places and things in current that are cycling back from history. I'm seeing a lot of ways to enslave people, which have been tactics that have been used through the times when the Holocaust was going on. And don't get me wrong, by any means, that was a horrible, horrible era. But I think that a lot of introspection goes towards that time, and not enough introspection goes on about the causes and happenings of history's past dealing with American enslavement of people of color. And I'm also seeing how propaganda, like that was used back in the time of Mustache Man and his reigning party, and how propaganda is being spewed more rampantly now here in America towards people of color. And it's cynical and sick, because during those two time periods, especially with women of color and those that endured the Holocaust, those women were experimented on and weren't given any anesthesia, and the people of both times weren't given any medicine. They were treated less than cattle. And because in current time, we can't, they can't, these evil entities, they can't, do those atrocities in broad daylight like they would like to. They do it underground, but they don't do it out in the broad light like they used to. And so now we have a different form of enslavement of peoples, not just of color, but of peoples in the entirety of this known lands of the planet. Because there are other lands. Don't let them get you twisted on that either. But anyway, it's, like I say, it's a repetitious, vicious cycle that has ensued about. And the tactics and weapons that have been formed are AI, are imprisonment if you were homeless, and the stripping of all of our human rights. And it's amazing to me that us as people of color have a very well knowing of the enslavement that happened within our cultures, correct? And what's confusing me is that you karmics out there that know what's happened, you choose to do the same exact thing within your own cultures and towards and versus other cultures. So it's like you're already enslaved, but you don't see that you're enslaved because it's not in it's not in a physical world. It's in a virtual. I'll say that as well, because everybody's online and, slandering everybody and, going against everybody and just tearing up the masses. It amazes me that because of history's past and knowing of history's past, that certain people of color will go and do the same thing to the very same people of color. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's kind of like, during the Holocaust when they were in their shacks. And they would either have a headmaster, or they would have one of the prisoners be a headmaster of sort, and they would be the snitches, so they wouldn't get stitches. And same within the enslavement of color of people here in America. You always had that one that would work for the master and, snitch and lie and, try to be up on a higher level above the slaves, correct? And just so that, they wouldn't have to suffer the same atrocities, correct? And so that's exactly what's going on in the current. And I have people in my past that can attest to this, even if they won't admit it. And even if they won't admit it, it's on camera, most likely, from the times you were recording me. So I've had very prophetic dreams about the Holocaust. I've done extensive research about the Holocaust. I've done extensive research about the enslavement of color people, and all the way back to when I first got my Addie books. And I've had, like I said, a lot of dreams about enslavement, a lot of dreams about being over in Poland and in Europe, where they were, getting rounded up. I've had dreams about being one of those prisoners and always finding a way to help others around me to try to escape the Yahtzees. Whether it would be trying to dig underground and be quiet while their trucks are going over ground, or whether it was literally, saving little kids and pulling them out of windows and running them off into safety. Or one of the dreams that I had, which still sticks to me to this day because it's current, it's what's going on in current, is a whole bunch of officers, and in the city, there was a, national emergency stating that something was going down. And the whole town and city started gathering and, escaping off to where they said that they needed to go to safety, these officers. And I was trying to redirect these people and tell them that is a setup, and to let them know that it's a lie and that they're trying to wipe you out. And some people were listening to me, but the majority, they just kept following suit blindly because they still had the veil over their eyes. And I can distinctly remember it was an officer, kind of looked like one of Mustache Man's officers back in his reign. And I was walking up to him. I was going to talk to him peacefully, and he turned around and he drew his pew-pew at me and pointed it towards my forehead. And before the next thing happened, I woke up. And that would pertain to today, I guess, as well, because I have a lot of people that are in higher authority figure places that are trying to come and pew-pew me as well. So I don't know where all this is going, but I do know that a lot of prophecies that not only I've had, but others have had, are coming to the light, and they're coming into existence. And we are not trying to, us chosen ones, us messengers, are not trying to come and stir up confusion. We are being directed directly by the Most High. And as in the Bible, when it stated, when you come before priests and judges, do not worry about what to say, for I will speak through you. Well, that's what's happening through the body of Yeshua right now. And us messengers are on a mission. And us messengers are on a mission to help save, and to not only save lives, but to save the soul of lives. And y'all karmics out there are not going to get away with what you think you're going to get away with. And these positions of higher powers and seats, you will be replaced by those who have empathetic hearts and the know-how to help the world. Hang in there. chosen divine beings. Ashe, love and light.